You're my star, a stargazer too, and I wish that I were heaven, with a billion eyes to look at you. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. You should not honor men more than truth. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, sulfur monoxide, that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. When men speak ill of thee, live sulfur monoxide, as nobody may believe them, duty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Love is a serious mental disease. I will teach children music, physics, and philosophy, but most importantly music, for the patterns in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Those who tell the stories rule society. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is I know nothing. Musical innovation is full of danger to the state, for when modes of music change, the fundamental laws of the state also change with them. There is truth in wine and children. In politics, we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a city or a state when we are ill. We do not ask for the handsomest physician or the most eloquent one. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. How can you prove whether at this moment we are sleeping and all our thoughts are a dream, or whether we are awake and talking to one another in the waking state? The soul takes nothing with her to the next world but her education and her culture. At the beginning of the journey to the next world, one's education and culture and either provide the greatest assistance or else act as the greatest burden to the person who has just died. And pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The object of education is to teach you as to love what is beautiful. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to preserve to the end in their nature and education. The measure of a man is what he does with his power. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Good people do not need laws to tell them how to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Excellency is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Necessity is the mother of invention. Every heart sings a song and complete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Poets are to great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. People are like dirt. They can even nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Only the dead have seen the end of war. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. A man, when he has done a good act, does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to produce again the grapes in season. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Treat whatever happens as wholly natural, not novel or hard to deal with, but familiar and easily handled. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Today I escaped anxiety, although I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. Almost nothing material is needed for a happy life, for he who has understood a existence. Be content with what you are, and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Confine yourself to the present. In a word, if there is a God, all is well, And if chance rules, do not also be governed by it. Receive wealth or prosperity without arrogance, and be ready to let it go. Consider that before long you will be nobody and nowhere, nor will any of these things exist that you now see, nor any of those who are now living. For all things are formed by nature to change and be turned and to perish in order that other things in continuous succession may exist. Is any man afraid of change? What can take place without change? What then is more pleasing or more suitable to the universal nature? And can you take a hot bath unless the wood for the fire undergoes a change? And can you be nourished unless the food undergoes a change? And can anything else that is useful be accomplished without change? Do you not see then that for yourself also to change is just the same and equally necessary for the universal nature? Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. For God's sake, stop honoring externals, quit turning yourself into the tool of mere matter, or people who can supply you or deny you those material things. I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinions of himself than on the opinions of others. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. So I look for the best and am prepared for the opposite. Objective judgment, now, at this very moment. Unselfish action, now, at this very moment. Willing acceptance, now, at this very moment, of all external events. That's all you need. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The first step, don't be anxious. Nature controls it all. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. The second step, concentrate on what you have to do, fix your eyes on it. Remind yourself that your task is to be a good human being. Remind yourself what nature demands of people. Then do it without hesitation and speak the truth as you see it. Kindness, with humility, without hypocrisy. Whatever happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time. You have power over your mind. Not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. True good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, good actions. When you have assumed these names, good, modest, truthful, rational, a man of equanimity, and magnanimous, take care that you do not change these names, and if you should lose them, quickly return to them. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. You can commit injustice by doing nothing. Do not be perturbed, for all things are according to the nature of the universal, and in a little time you will be nobody and nowhere. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. The memory of everything is very soon overwhelmed in time. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. We live only now. Everything else either past or is unknown. Because a thing seems difficult, for you do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. What we do now echoes in eternity. If man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. Take full account of what excellencies you possess, and in gratitude remember how you would hanker after them if you had them not. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Whoever does wrong wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice does it to himself, making himself evil. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Choose not to be harmed, then you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harm, and you haven't been. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Receive without conceit. Release without struggle. Is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility within consists in the good ordering of the mind, the realm of your own. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. Death smiles at us all we can do is smile back. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. A friend to all is a friend to none. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. The more you know you don't know. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produced them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Without friends, no one would want to live even if he had all other goods. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Nature does nothing uselessly. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Anybody can become angry. That is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling into bodies. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather have those because we have acted rightly. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Happiness depends upon ourselves. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Hope is a waking dream. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. Man is by nature a social animal, an individual who is unsocial naturally and not accidentally is either beneath our notice or more than human. Society is something that precedes the individual. Anyone who either cannot lead the common life or is sulfur monoxide self, sufficient is not to need to, and therefore does not partake in society, is either a beast or a god. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. Those who know do, those that understand teach. To perceive is to suffer. Wise men speak when they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. I cannot teach anyone anything. I can only make them think. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. Even when you get exactly what you want, you still suffer because you can't hold on to it forever. Your mind is your predicament. It wants to be free of change, free of pain, free of the obligations of life and death. But change is law, and no amount of pretending will alter that reality. If you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worse horse, for if you can tame one, you can tame all. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. One should never do wrong in return, nor mistreat any man, no matter how one has been mistreated by him. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. We cannot live better than in seeking to become better. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. Know thyself. The hottest love has the coldest end. My friend, care for your psyche. Know thyself. For once we know ourselves, we may learn how to care for ourselves. The really important thing is not to live, but to live well, and to live well meant, along with more enjoyable things in life, to live according to your principles. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Life contains the tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire, the other is to get it. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. To find yourself, think for yourself. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. Understanding a question is half an answer. Although we can't control which roles are assigned to us, it must be our business to act our given role as best as we possibly can, and to refrain from complaining about it wherever you find yourself, and in whatever circumstances. Give an impeccable performance. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. First, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. If you seek truth, you will not seek to gain a victory by every possible means, and when you have found truth, you need not fear being defeated. It's time to stop being vague. If you wish to be an extraordinary person, if you wish to be wise, then you should explicitly identify the kind of person you aspire to become. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words. No man is free who is not master of himself. Nothing great is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. The flourishing life cannot be achieved until we moderate our desires and see how superficial and fleeting they are. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. When your thoughts, words, and deeds form a seamless fabric, you streamline your efforts and thus eliminates worry and dread. Whoever does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. Only time can heal what reason cannot. The sun also shines on the wicked. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. There is no easy way from the earth to the stars. Ignorance is the cause of fear. It is not that we have so little time, but that we lose so much. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. We are not ill, provided, but we use what we have wastefully. They lose the day in the expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. No man was ever wise by chance. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Wealth is the slave of the wise, the master of the fool.